I ain't even gonna let the beat drop. They hear that sound, they know what time it is.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
UNK and CHICO, Sunday Night Live. Live and direct.
Let's go ahead and kick this thing on
It's
off,
another
man.
Sunday night.
Another
What? Sunday night.
Another
what? Sunday night live with UNK and Big Dog CHICO.
All right. Y'all know what it is. Get ready for it.
It's another one. It's another one, baby. Hey, it's another one.
Another Sunday night live with UNK and Big Dog. With UNK and Big Dog. With UNK and Big Dog.
So get ready for it.
Put your hands in the. Put your hands in
Another
the.
Sunday night live. UNK and Big Dog CHICO.
Yes, sir. Big Unc, what's crackling? What's happening?
Hey man, you know we working and not twerking. You see the sign. Hey man,
Big
tell you
Sam
what.
in the house.
Shout out to Big Sam. Hey, y'all remember when you come in, just go ahead and put where you're from. Let us know where you're checking in from. Put your city up. Let us know where you're at. Big Dog CHICO. That's some good NFL games on, man.
Yes, indeed. I was trying to catch up on them myself, but it looked like. Let me see. I might need to pull them up right here before I get into it. But who are you watching? Who are you intrigued by?
Both of them were great games. Just got done with that Ravens-Bills game. Could have gone into overtime, but the receiver dropped the ball just as he was about to fall into the end zone. So no overtime. Bills won 27-25.
Bills beat the Ravens 27-25 in the divisional round. Goodness gracious!
Yeah.
So the Bills.
Josh Allen didn't throw for any touchdowns, but he ran for 2. And man, just as Derrick Henry was making some noise, the game plan kind of changed. I just think the Ravens let that one get away from him, man.
Oh my gosh! Come on, Ravens. Well, people were talking about Josh Allen for MVP anyway, so like you said, he didn't, but still the team, coming up with this big win, man. How important is that? Like, should he be considered for MVP now?
Well,
Lamar?
y'all let me know in the chat, and CHICO, you let me know with your research on the producer side. I don't know when the votes have been turned in or when they get turned in. So like for instance, if it's turned in before this game, then it's still to me favored toward Lamar. If people get to vote after this game, then of course it's going to slide toward Josh Allen. I don't know when the votes go in. It's almost like the Heisman race. It's a certain time when the votes are in. It don't matter what happened after that.
Yeah, it looks like
J. Rad said it was decided before the game. The voting is already over. They're saying in the chat. And so it might still be Lamar.
Might still be Lamar. Y'all let us know in the chat who y'all vote for MVP.
It's gonna be one of them two now. It's gonna be one of them two. Who y'all think? Get in the chat. Let us know what you think. Lamar, Allen, or
Saquon. I see some people talking about. Well,
Saquon seen people out, man.
Yeah, Saquon showed out in the snow. Eagles 28-22 win over the Rams.
Yeah,
the Rams, man.
Yeah,
Saquon. I've been missing out on NFL, I guess.
Yards, man.
Saquon Barkley 205 yards, 26 carries, 2 TDs. I think he had that long one in the snow, like 78 yards.
Yeah, nobody near him.
Nobody near, just busted through that thing. Saw Gilly going crazy like he does on Colorado sidelines, or should I say Coach Prime sidelines.
Don't take much for him to go crazy. Dog, dig this. Speaking of Coach Prime and sidelines.
Yeah.
The Commanders and Eagles are in the NFC Championship.
Mm-hmm.
That means the Cowboys are officially in the longest drought in the NFC East without going to the championship game.
Unbelievable.
And since 1995. 1995 since my Cowboys have been to the NFC Championship game. Boy, do they need the Prime effect.
Exactly, because since Coach Prime left, they haven't been back, so you might as well do what you can to bring them back in any capacity you can. I don't care. You just bring them into the office. Bring them in there to talk to somebody. Bring them in there and let them touch some lockers and locker rooms and players and trainers and stuff. Because, damn, that's a long time, dog.
Long time.
Michael Irvin is going crazy somewhere. We can't get it right for nothing.
Long time. You know, when it's that long, you say in 100. It's 1995.
1995. I was just a young boy. Trying
Yeah,
to learn
but,
to be
but
a
you know what?
dog.
Both were great games, entertaining to watch. Both of them were in the snow.
Yeah.
So you never know what the weather's going to be like next Sunday for these championship games. But you got the Commanders and the Eagles, and you got Kansas City and Buffalo Bills.
How impressive has Jaden Daniels been, young quarterback for the Commanders, man? Now that was a good game I got a glimpse of yesterday. That was a great game going back
Yeah.
and forth. You know, him pulling out that win over the Lions, who everybody had favored. You know, I felt like they should have kept Teddy Bridgewater in. Once he got in there after Golf got hit in the mouth and he came out, I said, I think he shook. He already had a couple turnovers. Leave Teddy Bridgewater in there, who just came from coaching his high school team to a state championship and then get signed by the Lions. But he ended up losing, so.
Yeah, man. What Daniels is doing that rookie year, coming off that Heisman Trophy, it just gives you just anticipation to see what Shador will do, and if wherever he goes, you know, should he play immediately like Daniels was forced to do, because he has been the difference in that franchise, man.
Most definitely.
Like he has been the difference. Hey, don't forget to as you checking in where you're from, let us know who you got for MVP in the NFL. Whether you got Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and some people been saying Saquon, or whoever you got if outside the three. We're gonna keep up with it.
We're talking some NFL right now before we get into, of course, Coach Prime news, Colorado news, and anything else you guys want to talk about. Put it in the chat right now. We will and shall address
Just put it in the chat.
Just put it in the chat. Pago American Samoa once again in the building. 09 Freddy. Gouldsville Clothing for sure. Sap still with the buffs, of course. Man.
And you know what it is now.
Now doing this while we're alive, get you a hat for $20.
Live, all you gotta do is go to Goonsville, and this right here, or any color variation of bib color you want, it's gonna be 10% off. Use that code UNK CHICO 2025. You get 10% off at checkout. Hats $20 while we're live only. Just, you know, you got windows. Open up another window, man.
Use that code and that code only. UNK CHICO 2025. 10% off at checkout. Might as well get to the rest of them. You know, you see it up there in the corner this whole time while we're filming. LawsWhiskeyHouse.com. Use code BUFFS pregame 10 for 10% off at checkout, right above Uncle Neely's head, right next to Sunday Night Live. Get you some of the best in the game. You've seen Uncle Neely sipping on his. Let me show that picture right there. You know what I mean? Sipping on some Ralphie's. Reserve. Sipping on some reserve.
It might start giving Ralph some reserves. Ralph had been walking them past couple of games. Man.
What you think about, you brought it up. I was gonna bring it up. What y'all think about that? Should they replace Ralphie for another one and retire the Ralphie right now? Should they replace her? Let us know in the chat. What you think, Unc?
I'm gonna have to vote yes, man. You know, you only as good as your last game. Ralphie didn't even trot. There's been a couple of games before that. They moved the pen all the way up to the 5, and she still didn't run. So it might be about that time. But hey, here's what's important. When you use that link and go to lawswhiskeyhouse.com and get that Ralphie's Reserve, proceeds go, because Laws is an official sponsor of CU Athletics. Proceeds from the Ralphie's Reserve goes to the Ralphie's program. So, hey, you got to do something, man. Got to get some pep in the step. Yes. Marty said Ralphie needs a nap or needs some milk.
Need some milk. need a pep in the step. Dang, man. She said she's not a runner. She's no track star.
I'm no track star. Some people are saying not only Jaden for MVP, but Rookie of the Year and MVP. Could get both of them.
Yes, indeed.
Give it to both of them. That would be interesting.
Why not? He really led that team. He really led that team.
In early tonight. I see the sound, man.
I see you, sound man. You can calm down. You know, just do a little something here and there, and just let us know you still here with us. All right. What's going on with Coach Mo? We talked about Coach Mo last time. We'll get into some of these questions. Y'all make sure y'all put the questions in there. I'm gonna make sure I start these things, and we're gonna answer them for sure. I'm watching some of the highlights now of the Ravens game and the Bills game as I just circle back to that one. I think the Ravens And the Lions, probably the main ones that people were expecting to win, has been the favorites. Chiefs got a win over the Texans 23-14. Lions fall to the Commanders 45-31. Bills beat the Ravens 27-25, and then the Eagles 28-22 over the Rams. So who do you think going to be in the Super Bowl?
Woo! Man, why you bring that to me this early? But since you brought it, it's here. Let me see. Okay, so let me say this. I got to preface with something now.
Super Bowl picks in the chat.
I am a Dallas Cowboy fan, so thereby, once somebody for the NFC East is going, so I got to go with the one I hate the least. I believe the Eagles are the better team, but I'm going to pull for the Commanders because I can't stand the Eagles. I just can't. I'm a Cowboy. I can't stand the Eagles. So I'm going to go with the Commanders on the NFC side. And as far as Bills, KFC, I got to go with Mahomes, man. They just find a way. They find a way. They got so many wins this year, the most in NFL history by one score or less. I got to go KFC with logic, Commanders with my heart, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Eagles, KFC, and then KFC getting a three-peat.
Let me see. I'm just typing something in just to make sure, Ocho. That'll be. I know who Master P would pick. If Master P, we asked Master P who he wanted to go to the Super Bowl, he would definitely pick Commanders in Chief. That was real. All right. Anyway,
somebody called me out. I said KFC. That means I'm hungry. Yeah. Hey, they ain't lying. I'm damn so hungry. Shout out to KFC. Come sponsors like y'all do, Coach Brian. We eat it live on the air.
Straight up.
Woo!
All right.
That was a good one, Andre. That was a good one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Eagles and Chiefs. Also, the Eagles running game, you got to have a running game, and that defense is so physical. But man, who's going to be able to ever stop Mahomes when he has deep threats on the outside and then Kelsey still working in the middle? Like Unc said earlier, maybe Kelsey can't run like he used to, but he can still get open. And the tight end over the middle of that field, being able to work his magic and being that safety blanket for Patrick Mahomes, who knows exactly where to find him at, when to find him there. Sure-handed tight end like that, probably the greatest ever. I think that gives them that advantage over the defense, keeps them on their heels, no matter how physical the defense is. And they're coming at you. When you have a quarterback like Mahomes who can literally, like, pre-play, pre-snap, just pick the defense apart, knowing where they're going, where the blitz is coming from, getting rid of the ball very quick out of his hands. That's the key to them winning, and then they could play the run game off of that. So you just got to go with the Chiefs, although I would love to see Jalen Hurts get a ring. But, you know, it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. So let us know in the chat what y'all think.
I'm going to say KFC again. Just, you know, when you're playing KFC, and Mahomes knows that Kelsey is going to find that patch of green grass and just sit down in it. And so sometimes it's the route after the route, you know, so he's going through other progressions. He's going to let Kelsey do his thing, and he's going to find that green grass and just know he's there. And then even with the quote unquote lack of speed in the older age, you know, he's still getting significant yards after the catch because of his size. You know, so he may not, you know, be running no 4.5, but he's so big and strong, he's still carrying people for 5 to 10 yards after they make contact.
And he's quicker, more than fast. You know what I mean? So that means that in that short space where he's operating in, he can easily get open and get away from the defender. And that's all you need, that quick little space. Catch the ball, cover up, boom, let him bring you down, and first down. Get up point for first down and keep the chains moving. That's what they do better than anybody in the NFL. So as long as those two together, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And it'd be nice to see a three-peat, man. You know, it's people have tried before, and it'd be nice. And I know the Bills franchise is just damn hungry, man. They have been, you know, even back in the gap when they went 4 years in a row.
When I was a fan. I was
Yeah,
a
so it's like,
diehard Bills fan in the middle of Alabama with the Buffalo Bills starter jacket that I ended up throwing away after that fourth loss. I couldn't believe it.
but man, dog, here's the thing, Big Dog Chico, that gets lost in history. And it just talks about or speaks to how important the Super Bowl is to people remembering your greatness. These jokers went to the AFC Comp Championship 4 years in a row, won it 4 years in a row, went to the Super Bowl 4 years in a row, and then win none of them. And nobody talks about Thurman Thomas and Jim Kelly and Bennett,
Bruce Smith and Cornelius Bennett out of Alabama.
Yeah.
And
nobody,
Steve
they get lost
Tasker
in
and
history
Pete
when they really
Meselards.
shouldn't, because you know how tough it is to go 4 times in a
Yes.
row.
Yes.
That's one of the greatest teams in NFL history, but they
Yes.
don't get the recognition because they didn't win it.
Exactly, man. That shows you right there how important it is to finish the deal. Because Jim Kelly, one of the greatest ever, he doesn't get that recognition for that. In the
Thurman
K-gun,
Thomas
Thurman
out the
Thomas.
backfield. Yeah.
Yes. Came behind Barry Sanders out of Oklahoma State. But Thurman Thomas was one of my favorites. With their cross face mask, yes. Man, Andre Reed. Shout out to Andre Reed.
Andre Reed, Cornelius
Darryl Talley. Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Y'all shout out to them Buffalo Bills, man. They was loaded up there.
But
I used to tell people Cornelius Bennett was my uncle.
Well, y'all can pass.
Nobody remember.
You can get away with that.
He's from Alabama.
I'm gonna call you Lip Biscuit.
Come on now. Come on now, dog.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Oh, not everybody checking in, wherever you're checking in from. Hey, if you haven't put your city and state in the chat, what y'all waiting on, dog?
Andre Rison.
Come on now. Andre Rison was a great. He should be in the Hall of Fame also.
Hey, Chico.
Yes,
Speaking
sir.
of, come on, man. Boosie, play that Boosie clip again.
Come on now, dog.
That clip from last week, I mean, whenever me, you, and Duke said that, I sent it to Coach Pride. Man, he just bust out laughing. He hit me back with so many LOL. Hey, I'm telling you, 2025, it already happened in January. That's going to make the end of the year highlight reel right there.
Most definitely.
Dukes came up in that thing like he was at the club, baby.
They hungry. They full. Checking in from Jackson, Mississippi. Oh, now. Andre's in the hall. Detroit. What up, though? Oh, now Birmingham, Alabama. Alabama in the house. Monroe, Louisiana. Douglas, Georgia.
Monroe, Washita Parish. Monroe, LA.
BR, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Shout out to Shreveport, Louisiana up in here, too.
I-20 is checking in. T. Vultures, Jackson Miss. I-20 checking in. What
Hey,
don't want to say about Ralphie?
Speaking of the South, let me see. Ralphie is from the 111 team.
Trying to put in the portal.
That's crazy. I was going to say this about the South. Coach Prime was just in Hunts, Vegas, right? He was in Huntsville.
Yeah,
checking out Bossy.
I'm guessing Bishop gonna tell us about it when he come in for the culture.
Okay, that'll be dope.
Yeah, he went there to surprise his daughter at the game, and then they won the game as well. Net for net, I agree with you. She says that last drop. Well, Chico made the screen go by. Let me see. That last drop of the Ravens game reminded me of the Celebration Bowl when Shador threw that pass. Well, he didn't throw it to a safety, threw it to a tight end, but I get you. And he dropped it. Show looked just like it. Show looked just like it, man. Did everything but catch it. Hit him in the numbers.
Man. I feel sorry. I still feel sorry for old boy, y'all.
Yeah,
his
man.
name, big H. Double H. I think it was back at Jackson State.
Orlando. Did somebody have Shador in a Miami jersey? Was that what that profile pic was?
Shador in Miami. Is that Tua or Shador? That is Shador in the Miami Dolphins jersey. Oh, now from ATL. He from ATL. My brother named Chad. Shout out to my brother. And shout out to you too, Chad Griffin, for checking in. Memphis 10 up in here. Uncle Chico, do you think Caleb Mathis will have an increased role in the offense this upcoming season? I mean, I think that'll be up to K putting in that work. You know, he's going to always be where he's supposed to be and doing what he's supposed to be doing. You know, you got the great football mind coming from his father being in the NFL also have been a long time coach. I think K can break into the playing rotation this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to have more experience, more growth and development under him. Shout out to Kosciuszko, Mississippi, checking in. So I would expect him to have more balls coming his way, Pauls, and get involved. But you have to also understand that every step of the way, as your room that you currently have is growing, you're also recruiting guys, to come in that are better than what you have, or at least that's the goal. So there's going to still be a battle going on, for those 3 to say 5 slots who are going to actually get out there in the heavy rotation. But I would expect that you would see Caleb more and more, particularly on special teams. Remember that big play he made on special teams, which is, again, it's one of those things that when it doesn't work all the way, people forget it, but he caused the fumble.
Yeah. On special teams, going down there hustling, putting in work. You said a couple of weeks or probably last show, effort can get you, take you a lot of places, right?
effort going to outweigh talent every time, because if you have talent and make no effort, you're nothing.
Nathaniel at all. Duval County, shout out to Duval County up in here, man. In Texas, Oklahoma, Lafayette, Louisiana, Lafayette, where you at? Shout out to Master P also.
Yeah.
Let's see what else I was going to ask. Oh, I was going to give a shout out to Travis Hunter also, because he was still probably on a plane right now leaving, but he also got presented with an award here at the Polynesian Bowl for his participation and winning the Heisman Trophy and being just an outstanding athlete and human being. He was presented with an award out here, and they honored him, and he was also an honorary coach for the Polynesian Bowl game.
Y'all don't let Big Dog CHICO be modest, man. I'm sitting here chilling at the house, and
come on now, dog.
Let me tell you about the sound man. The sound man could have been hitting Boosie right there instead of letting you say it. But since the sound man probably went to the restroom,
yeah,
I was sitting here on the couch chilling the other night, and when your phone get a FaceTime, it's a different ring. So I said, "Man, who just FaceTiming me?" Answered up, my man, Pretty Tony, Ray Forsett, Chief of Staff. He flipped the phone around, and Big Dog CHICO sitting there. He said, "Hey man, I'm having a meal with your guy. We all eating with knife and forks. He out here eating with chopsticks. What's up with this dude?" I said, "Man, he from Bama, just trying to floss, man. Don't let the chopstick fool you, Pretty Tony. He from Bama."
Boy, Pretty Tony saw me. Pretty Tony said, "Man, where you going with flip flops on and you eat with chopsticks?" I said, I don't want to see no Jordans, no Nikes, no nothing out here, dog. We out here. You see that sand right there? I don't want to see none of that. Man, they was clowning on me though.
You got Polynesian, you got Polynegroesian, you got
Polynegroesian.
you probably got a pig in the ground right now cooking it.
Polynegroesian. I gotta use that one. That's for all my Usos out here, all my brethrens, all my brothers out here. We are now Polynegroesian.
So Chico, what was it like having Trav back in Hawaii and breaking bread with Boog and Pretty Tony?
Hey, here's the thing, and this is what I think a lot of people, especially from the mainland or athletes or even some celebrities love about Hawaii. You can walk around out here, especially in Waikiki, and people would not bother you. Perfect example, years ago when Reggie Wayne, wide receivers from the Colts, he was out here for the Pro Bowl, and of course I was here when Roddy was out here for the Pro Bowl. So I'm going by the hotel. I see Reggie Wayne just walking down the street casually, right? People walking by him, and I was like, "What?" I said, "Reggie Wayne," just threw me the deuces. And I'm like, man, people, that has to feel good for them to be able to walk down the street and nobody to bother them. So I said that to say this. I saw Travis and his girlfriend and brother-in-law walking down the street. Nobody bothered them. They also had a bodyguard or whatever, but still, nobody was bothering them as they walking down the street. People probably didn't even notice them, and they could just walk down and be casual and not worry about cameras in their face and stuff like that. So I think that, they came out here, was able to have a good time. If you watch Boog, you see his story. He's all on the beach enjoying himself. So I think it was good, relaxed time for Travis and the team and everybody to come and, catch up and, have that Hawaii type experience once again.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. I guess it was not like when Pastor Troy pulled up at the club and you asked him for a ride.
Nah,
You know,
it was totally different from that. Dog. I was trying to get him out of that, dog. You don't understand. I didn't completely explain that, put that in full context. I was outside for a reason. I told you it was a party going on, and I was outside. And just so happened, a brother pull up like Pastor Troy. I'm like, man, let me go with y'all.
And you know, he's seen that look in your eyes, like, no.
He's like, nah, he got something else going on.
I'm following you. You can't ride with us.
You can't ride with me, bro. Just point me in the right direction.
You got some heat on you.
He said, no. But yeah, man, shout out to Trav and Boog and the whole Young Money team and everybody else that was out here. Pretty Tony,
baby,
and everybody else. Matter of fact, you know, some of the team live out here, so I'll be connecting with them a lot more. Pretty Tony said, man, you doing all that Sco Buffs in Colorado talk. You live out here in Hawaii? Man, I thought you was in Colorado somewhere.
I'm trying to tell you, big dog, the internet is worldwide. Don't matter where you at. People be watching ESPN.
Worldwide.
People be watching ESPN. You got somebody at the anchor desk in Bristol, Connecticut, and them other two screens. They be at the house in their drawers, man, all over the world. Be on vacation somewhere with a green screen.
Facts.
You ain't lying.
At the bowl game, Travis had at least 100 people lined up for an autograph. Most definitely. Now, I didn't say at the Polynesian Bowl, where he was around where people should know who he is. Oh yeah, he had kids lined up from one sideline that stretched all the way damn near to the other sideline. That's 53 yards of kids lined up waiting to get an autograph with him. So he's definitely a bona fide celebrity. But you know, once you get in the mix of,
what number was you in line?
Nah, I didn't get in line. I didn't get in line.
I mean, you pulled up on Pastor Troy begging for a ride.
No, see, you gonna have people thinking I actually did that. See what I'm saying?
You did do it. You told us you did.
I didn't pull up on Pastor Troy. Pastor Troy pulled up.
You ran up
hit me, basically.
Ran up on Pastor Troy.
All right, we're gonna talk about who you ran up on. Right.
We can take it back to when you were sick and talk about who you ran up in. we can play the game.
Come on now, dog.
Come on, man.
I ain't playing no games. I don't play the radio. We ain't playing no radio tonight. Let's get into
because I don't play.
Hey, we got.
Boy, how you get an F again? I don't play, bro.
I got kicked out of romper room. Didn't know how to play with blocks.
I don't play.
Dumb little baby. Bad little baby. You don't know no better. Let's see here. When's the last time
your mama house?
Neela actually ran? Oh, my bad. What'd you say?
I ran to his mama house. And then ran up out of there. She wasn't worth a damn. I mean, I'm talking about mid at best.
We all see the sound red. Tell him I said what's out. All right. Thought Travis broke his ankle. Man, okay, that was one more thing that went viral. Travis was just trying to celebrate with the wide receiver, and it was you know, kind of moist or wet out there, and he slipped, and thank goodness nobody was hurt on that. So
yeah,
if he would have been any less of an athlete,
it was so close. It looked staged. It looked orchestrated. It looked like it was a stunt. You know,
it was like damn. Dude,
he went
right up on him like a limbo, like he was doing a limbo or something.
Yeah, that was close, man.
Unc giving Chico no grace. I told y'all Unc don't give grace. Grace is somebody that Unc knew back in Mississippi. That's it. That's the only grace Unc knows.
Yeah, grace is J Rad, mama. Ain't worth a damn.
Ain't worth a dime. Unc Chico's Petro's trip to Greece.
Yeah, yeah, always looking good, man. You know, totally off crutches and able to do workout stuff. So I expect he's gonna play in the spring game. I really expect that. There's no doubt in my mind he's gonna participate in summer 1, summer 2, fall camp in the season. But the way he's moving around the building, I think he's gonna be good to go this spring. And you already see Philip Houston is down to one crutch now and moving good. So
Big Phil.
Yeah, these guys are taking their rehab serious, man, doing what the doctor says do, and they'll be back sooner than later.
I told y'all can't get Unc, man. Y'all could try. Unc be quick draw McGraw up in this thing. Pew, pew, pew. Yeah, Trav didn't have no cleats, so he slipped, definitely. Let's see. We've got another little piece. I know what Trav did say though that
What
went
he said.
viral. Also, he said this right here, didn't he? He was talking about the 10 million. Let me get this off the screen. Hold on. Talking about that $10 million of that Beck got for going down there to Miami, and the question came about how much money, because he kind of jokingly said I should come back, to college and win the Heisman again and get $10 million. How much money do you think Travis Hunter could demand if he just went in the open market of college football? If he really said, you know what, dog, I'm not going to go to the league right now. I'm going to go try to get the Heisman Trophy again, and I know I'm going to make double digits in millions, and I can take out the insurance policy also. What y'all think about that? How much do you think he could demand?
Oh man, if somebody's getting 10 to go to Miami, and if you just open it up where he can go anywhere in the world, in the world as far as college sports in America, I mean, of course, the short answer is whatever he asked for. But I think market wise, dude, it's like it's 30 to 40, huh?
Has to be if that guy's getting 10.
Yeah, it got to be at least triple that, and then and the reason I'm saying 40, you got to triple what he getting, and then plus 10 me. So like it's 30 to 40 just to even consider it. Which y'all know he's not even considering that. This is all a what if situation,
right?
But yeah, that's just what the market says. That's what the market says.
I would hate to be in probate with Uncle Nick when was at Jackson.
You'd have had some fun, Kev 2000.
I bet he was ruthless.
It'd be fun.
Next year, Coach Prime and CU brings relatives back to the Big 12. I ain't seen it happening already. They get them UNK. Y'all better not be. Hey, y'all shoot at UNK. Y'all be ready for it. Got to be funny now. If it's something funny, we'll
man, don't
respond
encourage
back
that
to
bullshit, man. Like
we
ain't got this. Ain't comedy hour. Get their own damn thing. Best believe if the motherfucker come at me, I'm coming back. I'm a grown ass damn man. I got kids over this damn chat. Damn, let somebody just on the internet say something. I don't say nothing back.
Y'all think it's a game over here, man. Let's get to some real. Forget that. Hold on. Let's get to some real. Once again, we got Ocho. That's been huge this whole week on Prime to Dallas. That news, we addressed it last show. I think it was Friday Night Live and Thursday night that we did where we had to address this. But you got Ocho coming out saying Prime to Dallas. When a guy like Ocho says something like this, what goes through your head? What are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking that people that know ball, Pauls, they know what the Cowboys need, and that is some leadership. That is something to galvanize and get them moving forward back in the winning tradition that they used to have. I think we have reached a point in the discussion of this topic, though, that is kind of just sit back and wait and see, because none of this makes any sense unless the Cowboys can actually get Shador in the draft. And the only way they can get Shador in the draft is between now and draft day, trading up, to a position that gets him. And so everybody's going to be chiming in about what Prime could do for and with the Cowboys, and I believe that as well. But right now, Coach Prime, you talk to him, is totally focused on life in Boulder and getting his team ready. But if you ever see some breaking news when your ESPN app go off, are you Big Dog and Chico and Uncle Neely live, and you see the Cowboys have traded up, might be time to start paying attention then. Because he's made it pretty clear that he doesn't have a lot of interest in just coaching the NFL in general, but has a great interest in coaching both of his sons on the NFL team. That starts with getting the son that would be going the quickest in the draft, which is Shador, which someone would have to trade up to do that. Now, having said that, here's another thing that we got to just say from an interest standpoint. What if there's another team out there that drafts Shador and they want Prime as the coach? Everybody has just been talking about Cowboys, but hey, what if the Giants say we want to draft and we want to hire you too? Like this, he has said he would love to coach them in the NFL plural. So I would look for draft day movement or leading up to the draft, who moves up the board.
Yeah, I can't see him. Like I heard someone say this, and I kind of echo. I can't see him, coaching the Cowboys and then, or the Giants drafting Shador and then he accepting the job at the Cowboys and having to play and game plan against his son.
No, he ain't interested in that. He's not interested in going against him whatsoever. Yeah, that's just a fact. Which is why he has minimal interest in coaching in the NFL unless it is coaching them.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking it makes sense. I just think that, I might be wrong, but I think it's a couple of years away, based off what I've said before on this show. I just think that, the way things will play out, it might be a couple of years away, based off what he's already built in Colorado and where he's headed, for in Colorado, and the way that things shook out in the NFL. Now, if Las Vegas was sitting right there without the coach and they had that #1 pick, I'd be like, hey, whew,
Yeah.
that's a great destination and a great opportunity, brand new stadium right there. Now that's a different story. But the way it shook out, it played out, I just think that the better option right now is to be right there in Colorado and make things pop off there. But if that's not the best situation for him, then that's not the best situation for him. Like we said before, we think that, the end goal and what we would want for it to be the best situation for Coach Prime and his family.
Absolutely. I want nothing but the best for him. Pray that when these decisions are time to be made, that he, which I know he will do, is prayerful about it and make the best decision for him and not factoring in a lot of outside influences. Like this is a him decision. And so it's important that he does what's in the best interest, of his family, man. Like he tell you all the time, I did all this to get my mama out pushing that car to the hospital. Once I got that taken care of, everything else was for my kids. And so he has never said that coaching in NFL is just something that's going to be what he needs to do or he wants to do for validation, but that coaching his sons, plural, in the NFL would be very attractive. We'll see. The draft ain't far from now. The closer it gets to the draft, particularly after the Super Bowl, you start hearing more and more about teams jockeying to move up, particularly after pro days and after the combine and stuff. So this conversation, Chico, ain't going nowhere, including if Coach Prime were to sign an extension, in between those times. It'll still be people discussing because contracts have buyouts in them, and so all of this stuff is going to be relevant all the way through the draft.
Yeah. NFL draft schedule is for April the 24th through the 26th in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Of course, Coach Prime already announced that himself and Shador and Shiloh are expected to be on campus and celebrating with the student body of the Colorado Buffaloes, right?
Yep. And Travis has said if there's indications that he will be picked #1, that he will be in Green Bay to go across that stage on Lambeau Field.
Yeah.
And so people about to go, how do you know if he's going to go #1? The teams talk, again, pro days, combines, your individual workouts with the teams, your interviews with teams, stuff that happens at the Senior Bowl. You have a great indication of what's going to happen. Chico, I remember this story personally. Senior Bowl with Dak Prescott when I was with a sports agency, and he was a client coming out of Mississippi State. He did so well at the Senior Bowl that Jerry Jones literally said to us, to the contingency, that, hey, I'm gonna pick him. If he's around, when I come up in the 4th round, I'm gonna pick him. And one of those things you don't think a lot of because it's just like locker room conversation, sideline conversation. Sure enough, that's what happened. Sure enough, that's what happened.
Wow.
So people get a sense of where they're gonna go, even though things happen last minute to change it. You'll know ahead of time.
Right. All right, we got some questions in the chat coming up. We will be answering.
I think I saw a super chat pop up too and went away.
Yeah, I was going to say, let me know if you see any super chats.
I think I saw one a while back.
Let me see.
And I know we got Professor Chuck Bishop joining us at some point.
Got the For the Coaches segment coming up. That'll be nice. Also, you have a nice couple segments coming up on your show, on the pregame show. Matter of fact, we have a clip to show, kind of like a teaser called Ty Teaser. Tell us about that.
Yes, did a sit down with Ty Stewart, man. Mama T, as the players call her. It's probably almost 40 minutes, y'all. We just talked about what she does for the team, how she got here, her outlook on everything. It's a wonderful sit down interview. It's going to drop tomorrow morning on the Pregame Network. Y'all make sure y'all check it out.
You can see it right there, playing right here. I can turn it up, play a couple little segments of it right here.
Talk to us about how your design taste, how that helps him function. and be the best coach he can be?
So, Coach Prime tends to be, and let me give you all a little backstory. I own Premier Events for over 20 years. I'm an event designer. I traveled the world and done some of the biggest events. Some that you may not even be aware that I've done. I've done some really large weddings. I've done some corporate events. That's my background, design. I was always the one that people in my family would come to say, how does this look, Ty? Or what should I do? Or what should I change here? I was always that person. And so, coming in here to Colorado and helping Coach Prime with his vision, honestly, y'all, it was really easy for me because Coach Prime, as you know, he's a very flamboyant person, on camera and off camera. He's a very, his style of dressing is out of this world. The way that he does everything, he's a top tier person. And so his design style was very easy for me because he's an out of the box person. He allows me to come in. He'll say, hey, Ty, this is what I'm looking for. This is the feel that I want. For instance, in the recruiting lounge, he told me, he said, I want it to feel like a laid back, upscale lounge is what he told me. He wants them to come in and feel like, this is a place to relax, but it also has a very cool atmosphere. And so that's what I did. I came in and I pretty much vamped everything here. Everything you see here, I did. Even in his locker room, even in his office, even at his home when he has me to come in and do things. I think we've gotten now to where he kind of trusts, that I'm going to bring his vision to life, that I understand his style. And this is so easy for me, y'all. I tell people all the time, I really can
continue to let us know what they expect from that, Uncle Neely.
Look, you're going to get everything from service to celibacy. We even talk about her dating life. So it's like we cover everything when she was going through her divorce, raising her kids, talk about her dating life now, talk about her professional future and her goals of one day, designing the Super Bowl. Tell you, man, it's I think the total program is about 37 minutes, just me and her one-on-one, and we cover a lot of subjects. Her handling Travis's wedding, her inside look at their relationship and addressing some of those rumors, doing the design work for Coach Prime in his home, and just a lot of different subjects came up. And I really enjoyed sitting down with Ty. A lot of it I knew, coming from Mississippi with her, but even in the interview, I learned so much for her. So it drops tomorrow morning, which is going to be Monday morning, MLK Day of service. It drops in the morning. So make sure y'all check it out on the Pregame Network.
Nice. Shouts out to Mama T.
And then later in the week, Chico just forecasted some things. Did a sit down with the new strength and conditioning coach as well, and as well as with Gunnar White from the O-line. So those two will be dropping this week as well.
In-depth conversation. Get to know these guys with Uncle Neely. You won't find this anywhere else on the internet, and it's only going to be on the Pregame Show. Y'all check that out. Pregame Show Network. Right now, if you haven't subscribed, you must subscribe and hit that notification bell too. When you guys subscribe on both channels, hit the notification bell so that you can be notified when we go live the next time, each and every time we go live, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, I think the live shows, you'll get a notification about 30 minutes before the show starts, and then get a reminder. Then with the bell, when we produce something and hit publish, you'll know it's out there. So you want to subscribe to both channels. You want to make sure you have that bell. And while you're in the room on both channels, hit those thumbs up as well. And don't forget, Chico, as we move into February, we got some prime parents kicking off, including with Bill Goldberg.
Yeah, Goldberg. Y'all put a Goldberg in the chat right now if y'all excited about that. Goldberg. Let's get to for the culture, Unc.
For the culture with my man, Chuck Bishop, the professor. Born and raised in Jackson, Mississippi, coming out of Houston TX right now. Man, just a big brain. You see that big bald head, he's beautiful, baby. He's going to come in for this segment that we call For the Culture that we do Sunday Night Lives on Uncle Chico. And again, still letting y'all know that starting this year, For the Culture will also be its own standalone program on the Pregame Network, produced by Big Dog Chico, so also on the Chico channel as well. Professor Charles Bishop, no longer hanging out in white folks' houses. Look at kind of projected
Come
stage
on now,
back there.
dog.
So
Yeah, projected as
He
stage.
said project stage.
I
Lord.
know, right?
what you got for us, Chuck Dog?
Man, we got a lot of stuff to kind of touch on, and we got some superlatives to really look at. But let's start here, and you know quite well this Southern Heritage Classic that has been played since 1994 between Tennessee State and Jackson State. Jackson State opted out a couple of years back during Coach Prime's tenure, but Tennessee State's schedule came out this past week. No date was there for the Southern Heritage Classic, so a lot of people are asking whether this classic is finally seen met its end. And it's a question that's still out there. The promoter, Fred Jones, has been a long time promoter of the Southern Heritage Classic. He's in communication with Tennessee State as to what they're going to do. But over the past couple of seasons, it's been played between Tennessee State and UAPB. So very interesting. That game did not show up on Tennessee State's schedule. And that coincides with another piece of news in terms of Eddie George, head coach of Tennessee State. He is going to be interviewing with the Chicago Bears. So very interesting developments happening in regards to the Tennessee State football program.
Hold up, dog. Hold up. We're going to take these two things and part and parcel.
Yeah.
Now, you remember when Coach Prime was advocating that HBCUs got to stop messing around with these celebrity celebration bowl games early in the season, these classics that people call them, because the promoters were making way more money than the teams were making, and the teams were getting the short end of the stick. Well, he said that everybody, they got like the pitchforks and the fire torches and the mob mentality. Man, we've been playing that game all since he got us out of it. Not only have we not missed it, now here's my question, Chuck. Do you mean to tell me that based on the actions of Tennessee State, are we saying Coach Prime was right?
And it is looking very much like Coach Prime was very right on that in regards to looking at just the business of what were the schools receiving. So I don't know. Tennessee State is taking a look at it, I guess revising their look. But Jackson State opted out of it, and A.D. Ashley Robinson, Coach Prime back at that time, they were telling everybody, that basically, Jackson State's been getting the short end of the stick in regards to what they should be getting from the Southern Heritage Classic. And, it leads to kind of a bigger discussion, Neely, in terms of the whole promoter model within HBCUs. Is that even a sustainable model anymore? Because television is now covering quite a bit of HBCU games. So, do you want the butts in the seats, or do you want the eyeballs watching?
Well, I think from a pragmatic standpoint, you want both if they generate revenue. And here's what I think the solution is: if you want to have what you've had, but also keep moving forward with new business models. I don't think there's anything wrong with a promoter / ownership. I just think it should be the schools who are the promoters and the owner of it. You look at a situation with Jackson State and Southern now, as we talk about for the culture, they don't play each other every year in a SWAC game, but the schools could very easily get together, choose a neutral location, for instance, and play each other, split that gate, split that thing 50-50 with no promoter.
Right.
Easily do that. Then you get the city that you choose to bid against each other. Okay, Birmingham, y'all gonna pay for both bands, hotel stay, buses, and food. Oh, okay, Shreveport, what y'all gonna pay for? Okay, Memphis, New Orleans, what y'all want to pay for? And you move that neutral site non-conference money-making game to one of those cities, and you're not dealing with some promoter, who's made millions upon millions every year when the schools get nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong with these games, these classics per se. I think the business model, the split that the schools have not been getting, is the issue.
Yeah. I think you hit the nail right on the head. It deserves a horn. Yeah, exactly. I think you hit the nail on the head, Neely, in terms of that. And I think you have the bigger classics that are still able to sustain themselves. When you're talking about the Bayou Classic, the Florida Blue Classic between Florida A&M and Bethune-Cookman, but across the board, you don't see as many of these games anymore. So it remains to be seen in terms of, and it's one of those always catch-all sort of situations with regards to HBCU athletics. holding on to the tradition while trying to move forward. Sometimes that tug of war is normally one of those things that we see that rears its ugly head, and we can't figure out which direction to go in.
Coach, while I pivot to this next thing that we were talking about with Tennessee State and Eddie George in the interview in Chicago, before I go there, let me point out to you and everybody in the chat and to my friend Big Dog Chico.
Oh, no.
Even at church, more than one person go to count the money. All I'm saying is give me a classic where we got a major corporate sponsor, we got a maybe a municipality sponsor, even a state sponsor with their tourism dollars before we get Big Dog Chico or Neely, who used to throw parties together, and now we done moved up to this level. Like we got to get it. Yeah, we gonna get it. Yeah, no doubt, we gonna get it. And we gonna be, you gonna see me in the money vault like Scrooge McDuck doing them dives down. Backstroking
through that thing.
Backstroking. That's the only
Yes,
thing
sir.
I'm saying. But Chuck, as we pivot, you brought up an interesting point with also relative to Tennessee State for the culture. Eddie George being on his way to interview with Chicago Bears. You know, you got the Rooney Rule that exists. You know, is this something that you see as a real opportunity, or is it Chicago just covering their bases?
That's a great question. The cynical side of me says they're covering their bases, but you never know what happens within the interview process. Eddie George can go up there and blow their socks off with regards to in regards to what his vision is for the Chicago Bear program. We've seen him have success at Tennessee State. Does that vision translate to what he could do on the pro level? You know, he played X number of years in the NFL. I'm sure he has a good idea of putting together a top-notch team with regards to the Chicago Bears. But from a cynicism standpoint, you start taking a look at some of the African-American coaches that are going to be getting interviews, whether you're talking about Aaron Glenn, whether you're talking about Eddie George, whether you're talking about whomever. It remains to be seen who actually gets those opportunities where they can really go in and turn a program around.
Well, I do know that Coach Prime and Eddie George have spoken in the past couple of days, and Coach Prime was able to, impart some things on him. And to that, what I'll say, and I'm sure it's along the lines of what Coach Prime said to him, you don't ever want to overlook an opportunity. Like someone else may have something planned for you, but you got to go what God planned to you. And I will tell you this, Chico and Chuck, look at history. The Rooney Rule, which was developed by the Steelers organization almost a couple decades ago, they brought in a young guy named Mike Tomlin under the Rooney Rule, had no intentions of hiring him. It was just to cover the Rooney Rule, and he blew their socks off, Pauls, and ended up getting a job, and he's still there today. So don't look past these opportunities and what could come from them. Go in there, do your thing, talk about your staff and what your plans are, and you never, ever know what could come from it. Good luck to Eddie George in the interview process.
No doubt about it. Looking forward to what he can do up there. Continue to take a look around the culture. We talked about Mike Vick coming into Norfolk State, but it's the work part of it, the recruiting part of it, and he's starting to come in and he's starting to swing that thing like Reggie Jackson around there. Comes in and gets him a 4-star prospect in Israel Carter that'll be transferring to Norfolk State. So there's going to be a lot of buzz. We get to MEAC Media Day, whether you're talking about Deshaun Jackson, whether you're talking about Michael Vick. These guys are really generating a lot of interest in regards to HBCU football, HBCU athletics. But that's a huge gift for the Norfolk State football program.
A 4-star quarterback, man. Y'all got to remember, Shedeur Sanders was a 4-star quarterback when he landed at Jackson State, and at the time was the highest ranked recruit to hit at HBCU. So for Michael Vick to also land one in this first year going in, that's a big pool. But what is the staff shaping up and looking like?
The staff is, and actually I had it pulled up. I had to pull it back up, but one of the names that I remember jumps out with regards to Michael Vick's staff. Elton Brown played some years in the NFL, former University of Virginia All-American. Is going to be his offensive line coach, but I'll have that pulled up here in a second. But his staff, I mean, we talked a little bit about what he's gone about doing was not only getting guys with NFL experience, but guys who had some ties to that rich Norfolk area in terms of getting those guys acclimated to Norfolk State. And it's going to be really interesting to kind of watch and see you know, they're and you always see this with recruiting, you know, just the guys who know that talent within the area. And when you talk about the Tidewater area, full of talent, has been full of talent for quite some time. Hampton, Norfolk State have often tried to get, you know, their toehold into that talent. Virginia Tech did a great job once upon a time of really working that area. So we'll see what Michael Vick can do.
I didn't know Carter's gonna come in wearing 7 like Vic. That's dope.
Yeah, I saw that. That's dope.
Yeah. I'm sure he ain't just letting anybody wear that number there. Chuck, one more thing for the culture. If we see something for the chat, we'll pop it up. Chico mentioned at the beginning of the show that Coach Prime, head coach of Colorado football, former head coach in the SWAC HBU Jackson State, pulled up to Huntsville for a women's basketball game to surprise his daughter. You got any feedback, tea leaves? What they're saying about that?
Paul Bryant had tweeted out about it. The athletic director for Alabama A&M. They were proud as punch to have Coach Prime come in to Huntsville to catch his daughter, and of course, it always generates buzz whenever Coach Prime is back within that SWAC environment. This time, instead of Jackson up there in Huntsville to check his daughter out, I mean, but it's a great just father-daughter sort of moment that you see dad pop in on his daughter, and I think it's a lot of great feelings around the SWAC in regards to watching them come in, and there you see it right there, getting the opportunity to catch a basketball game. And this Alabama A&M basketball team, they're a really good basketball team. They're going to be right there in the thick of things with regards to what they're going to be doing in the SWAC. Don Thornton, Jackson, Mississippi native, is now heading that program coming over from UAPB. And Alabama A&M, they're going to shake some things up this season.
Yeah, you know, she being Coach Thornton from Jackson, Mississippi, and now coaching over there, coaching in Huntsville, coaching Coach Prime's daughter, just has not been able to get over that hump of Coach Reed defeating her at Jack State. She's now in Charlotte at Charlotte University coaching. And so you'd have to imagine that it's from a coaching standpoint, before you look at how these teams stack up, that she has to be saying that this is her year. That this is the year that I got to get it done.
Yeah, and I think there was a big early season matchup in terms of those teams getting together in Jackson just last week. Both teams coming into that game undefeated. Jackson State women did knock off Alabama A&M at home, but watch this. Jackson State comes out here to Houston to take on an upstart Texas Southern women's basketball team. Texas Southern knocks off Jackson State this past week into Jackson State's 35-game regular season record. So kudos to Texas Southern's women, Lady Tigers. They're doing a tremendous job. They've gotten off to a 5-0 start in league play. First time since 2017 that the Texas Southern Lady Tigers have gotten off to such a great start.
Oh, wow. Going to be interesting in basketball in the SWAC. I'm going to be able to be home a little bit in February, Chuck, so I hope to see you at the AAC. One of them home games. You know, I still got my seats right there, 17 and 18.
Oh, no doubt.
You're more than welcome.
I will be calling a couple of Jackson State games, so we'll see each other there. I'll be calling some games for the SWAC Digital Network, doing a little bit of color during basketball season, but looking forward to, you know, coming home and a little golf, little stamps, and all that great stuff. So
maybe even maybe get a Smith Willie. Chico, just an inside joke, y'all. Y'all know about that. Chico, well, when he said color commentate, he not talking about Ice-T Colors gangbanging. You get out that Selma mentality.
Come on now, dog.
He talking about adding color
man.
to the broadcast. You know, you got to work with Chico. You can't. He hear color commentate. He starts flagging over there. He starts throwing up stuff.
Chico, why do you like that, bro?
I don't know what he think going on over here, cuz. But no, I knew what you was talking about. I knew exactly what you was talking about, Bishop.
And let me tell you guys, last but not least, we want to talk about the College Football Hall of Fame. Some new inductees with HBCU ties to them. Want to say kudos go out to Michael Strahan, 1989 to 1992 Texas Southern University graduate, goes into the College Football Hall of Fame. We talked about Michael Vick, now head coach of Norfolk State, going into the College Football Hall of Fame. And then nearly our guy, man, the dude himself, Dennis Thurman.
DT.
Defensive coordinator with those SWAC championship Jackson State teams. Kudos to DT going into the College Football Hall of Fame. And Neely, you always have that story, man, where he scared the bejeebas out of me.
Hey, Chico, we were doing our thing on Jack State sideline, you know, sometimes you have the camera and the subject, right? And then somebody's in between them. So Chuck was on one end, we filming something, and DT, Dennis Thurman, was in the middle, and he was getting on a player, and the player happened to be behind Chuck. And Chuck thought DT was bad. I seen the P run down Chuck's leg. he dropped the equipment and ran off. I said, DT still got it. He did Chuck like he did Harold Carmichael without touching him. Took him out the game, man. But that's big. That's real big for the culture, man. Dennis Thurman, who's SWAC ties, HB ties, come when Coach Prime tapped him as D coordinator at Jackson State. You know, you got Michael Vick, who was at Virginia Tech, but when you look at his Atlanta Falcon days and what he's for the culture, then Strahan coming from Texas Southern, all going into the College Hall of Fame, man. Just well deserved, man. Just well deserved.
Very well deserved. So congratulations on those guys, man. So that was this week for In the Culture, guys.
Appreciate it. We appreciate it. Give it up for the bishop.
Yeah, and that's the kind of info that y'all are gonna get on a weekly basis. You know, I think kicking off in Black History Month, February would be a good time. Chuck Bishop with a weekly series for the culture, doing exclusive interviews, exclusive commentary, In the meantime, and even during that time, you can always catch Chuck Bishop on Inside the HBCU Sports Lab on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, if I'm not mistaken. Chuck Bishop, we appreciate your time. Hopefully, Frank Lucas will let you back in his house again, because we tired of seeing that fake diploma and the fake pictures back there behind you. You know, damn well you ain't graduated from nowhere. So, as soon as you get done cleaning that white man office, you go back downstairs now and tell him that you got upstairs straight to take care of that. Don't get fired.
Come on, man.
Boss, I'm done. No Peter, boss. Thank you, boss.
Take it over here, boss.
Appreciate you. Already. Man, once again, we're back. UNK and CHICO. That was a great segment right there for the culture.
It was. He nailed that.
Yes, indeed. All right, we got some people in the chat. They asking questions, all type of stuff. Yes, I did. We had a little technical difficulty. Y'all probably caught us frozen right there. But I think the segment continued as I had to reboot my computer on my end. So I think we had Miss Arlie Wood. She was in here, but she got to check back in. Maybe I kicked her out by mistake. Let me see here. Please correct what you said about Don Staley and the Lady Gamecocks being non-revenue generating.
I saw that BS.
They generate 10 to 12 million annually. Thank you.
People be listening to respond instead of listening to hear. I never said that program in particular didn't generate revenue. I said, and I stand by it, as a Title IX sport, women's basketball at most institutions do not generate enough revenue to cover their expenses. At every institution, football is the economic driver, and it is the portions of football that cover the Title IX or non-revenue generating sports. If the Gamecocks are in a situation where they can generate more than enough money to cover their women's basketball program, hats off to them. There's 98% of the other schools that's not what happens. That's what I said. So I don't have to correct it because I never said it wrong.
And Dawn's contract, which began after the board's approval, of course, has an annual base salary of $4 million, which also includes $500,000 signing bonus and an annual $250,000 escalator salary, making Staley's total pay approximately $25.25 million.
Well deserved.
Gracious, definitely.
Well deserved. Proud of her. Man, been rocking with Dawn Staley before she was on the Dream Team and playing Martin them on the court.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dawn Staley. Love what she has accomplished, man, and couldn't be happening for a better coach and a better program. For her to now reset that market and be the highest paid college women's coach in the history of the history.
In the history of the history of the history of college basketball. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's now time to go to Hollywood.
She got an Alcorn parade shirt on. She should have been in the For the Culture segment.
Representing.
I met somebody out here in Hawaii that went to Alcorn. Shout out to her, whoever it was I met. She said she went to Alcorn.
Ain't nobody from Alcorn ever been to Hawaii.
That's a lie. I've been to Hawaii.
You ain't go to Alcorn.
I didn't, but I was conceived at Alcorn. I was conceived, so technically I went to Alcorn.
Oh man, that man quit
on his feet.
I'm just saying, dog. I'm just saying.
He did quit. He did quit.
And they might have been to Compton. They might have been to LA, but they ain't
my mama went to Alcorn and she went to Hawaii.
She
might
did.
Have been a before the Jubilee.
And I know that we're done with the For the Culture segment. For the Culture, your mom was a Golden Girl, one of the original ones.
Was the first Golden Girl. What it is? Shout out to Margaret Ann.
History is shaking that thing in that family.
Baby, that was back in the day when they weren't shaking it like they shaking it now. But Mama said they probably were considered risque for their time too.
Yeah,
so.
see that.
They were considered risque.
Yes, that's why my daddy was all up on them.
I wonder what they did to consider it risky back then.
They had on that little onesie. That little onesie you wear with the sequin onesie.
Yeah.
That was probably risque.
Oh, that was killing them back then, boy.
Because they were there during a time where you could not wear pants on campus. Girls could not wear pants. So to have on that little onesie, child, they was pretty much might have been on OnlyFans and naked.
That's well, man. Like when my mom was at Jackson State, they couldn't leave campus. They would have to give money to guys to walk literally across the street to buy food at a restaurant because females couldn't leave campus.
That sounds kind of
primitive.
Damn.
Yeah.
Right.
Real world. In our lifetime.
And they were better for it.
Commit a crime or
say that, Hollywood. Say that.
They were better for it. We don't watch these chilling now. They all kind of doing all kind of stuff. Speaking, and which brings me to my first topic of the day. Y'all, this TikTok is a serious thing for some people. I know people are having straight up withdrawals as if I've taken their heroin from them.
Ooh.
It is terrible. And it's bad. It done popped back up. It went for 12 hours, I think it was. And everybody was like, oh my God, I ain't going to TikTok. Like, what were y'all doing before TikTok? What were you go to do that?
So my guy, what's his name? Roland Martin said that damn, it's gonna get political. But he said that Donald Trump was the one that submitted the ban for TikTok, but he only did it so that he can be the one credited for bringing TikTok back. Is that the case?
It's so many parts to this, y'all. Oh my God. Not for us to get, but we're not gonna get political, but because I want to keep it light, keep it tight. You know what I'm saying?
Keep it light, keep it tight. Yeah.
But it appears to me that he is making promises that he might not be able to keep unless why you laughing?
Because he saw my face when you said keep it tight.
I can't be looking at Uncle Neely.
Don't look at
be looking at Uncle Neely.
We both went.
I'm gonna tell y'all, he is a grown man in a 13-year-old body. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Wait, you said that backwards, I think.
He a grown man. No, he a 13-year-old in a grown man's body. I did say that backwards. You're right.
That's what you're trying to say.
Well, I was trying to say Kansas City and said KFC early, and they said I was hungry.
Could be, because there are plenty of videos out there of you talking about, even Coach Prime talking about Neely. He ain't gonna miss a meal. He ain't gonna miss a meal.
No meals.
I ain't gonna do that. It ain't a lot of perks that come with this job, but I'm gonna get that one.
You're gonna get that the full meal deal. So back to TikTok, y'all. So I'm just saying, I think there are a lot of parts to it. I'm not sure if unless an American buyer at least gives 50% of it, and he say he gonna do an executive order, but that can't override what SCOTUS did, and it still has to meet some stipulations. But based on the fact that he said he's going to do something, those companies decided to pull it back out for us. So you can find it on the Apple and Android and their little stores to be able to still get it. You cannot if you took it off, you are not supposed to be able to pull it back up. But if you never removed it, it should still be back on your platforms or on your phones and not so.
Ocho, what kind of issue is that, Ocho? They take it away, Ocho, and then they bring it back. What type of issue? I done already took it off my phone.
Right, and you can't get
and
it
now
back.
You're telling me I can't get. That's the type of ish they do, Ocho. That's the type of ish they do. Go ahead.
And the funny part is they put this message when it took it off, but we're hoping it says something like, we're sorry, but in your United States, you're not able to get it. Because I screenshot the little what it said. Then when it put it back, because somebody texted me like, oh, it's back. Then they put it back and it says, thanks to Trump, he's gonna work something. I was like, his name is all over both sides. He's gonna work it out, but no, we have to take it down for you. Then they go back and say, he's gonna work it out. And I was just like, and this lady made a very good point. She was like, so they can get a bipartisan agreement about this TikTok that really is making a small majority of people, small number of people, lots of money, of course, and not taken away from them. But y'all can't figure out how to lower my groceries. Y'all can't agree that we're gonna do X, Y, and Z that's for the benefit, stow the debt ceiling or any of that stuff. But y'all can agree on TikTok and to take it down. It baffles the mind. So
I guess we need to start doing 30-second dances at the grocery store.
hey, when I tell you, I done talked about OnlyFans.
That's all the hell y'all do on TikTok is just damn dance.
And you do know that our TikTok is different than the China's TikTok and everybody else's. Our TikTok is a bunch of just dance challenges and all this stuff.
They don't feed all that junk to their youth.
They do not. They don't even have dance and music and stuff on theirs. Theirs is strictly like when you do experiments. It's because if you go ask their youth, what do you want to be when you grow up? They say astronauts, scientists, blah, 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 doctors, lawyers, teachers, preachers. We say influencers. I want to sing. I want to dance. Because that's all we see on ours. Their TikTok has none of that. And then on top of that, Australia, I think it was just at the top of the year, if you're not 16 and over, you can't get on social media, no way. So they're protecting their youth.
Good for them.
We're like, nah, let your 4-year-old see if they can't do a TikTok challenge.
I lived in Austria where 16-year-olds would sit in the cafe and drink coffee and smoke cigarettes, literally.
Good. They have some
rules. I don't know whether they have TikTok or not, but they damn sure got cigarettes in the coffee.
All I know, if I would have grew up in an era where all I had to do was hit a button and say, yes, I'm 18, I would have never graduated.
Never.
Right.
The stuff I look at now on the internet, and I just say, yes, I'm 18. Had I been able to see when I was 8.
When you were 14? Would have been a mess.
Class, man. I ain't going to class. I'm finna sit outside.
And push buttons and say I'm 18.
The stuff I look at.
And then
where I had to click and say I'm 18.
Type in categories.
This is amazing.
Albino little people in tapioca pudding.
Oh, la machina, macone. Come on now, dog.
Come on now, dog.
Oh, you don't like tapioca pudding? Okay, chocolate pudding.
I mean,
because I know you like little people. I know you like little people.
Oh, let me make sure I put you on the full screen and put your tag up here so that people can know what we're listening to right now.
Y'all,
go ahead to your next topic.
Listen, I want y'all's take on this whole Drake sues UMG over this rap battle. What in the world? Because y'all also know Jim Jones and Cameron are beefing, but they not somewhere in a courtroom. Why is Drake just? And they said this is an Aubrey situation. This is not Drake. This is Aubrey.
Drake has also included influencers, content creators, and people who do reactions on YouTube that reacted to his music and Kendrick's music. He included them in the lawsuit also.
Are you gonna get your ass, Chico? Drake gonna get every damn thing you got. You gonna go back to teaching African American studies at the PWI?
Oh Lord!
Come on now,
not
dog.
that.
Arlie,
Come on now,
he said I can't teach it at a HBCU.
Why?
I gotta teach it at a PWI. That's why my hair like this. So I can't forget my blackness. I can accentuate my blackness. Is what he said.
He got a hairstyle like he teach Afro studies at a PWI. You know.
He on his Cornell West.
Yeah, it ain't dreads, but it's dreadful. You know, so it just
that's my distant cousin. Shout out to Cornell West.
Okay, distant cousin
in real life.
I love it.
Yep.
Well, that's who you emulating in at a PWI.
Arlie, let me ask you this, and this is not a. I'm going somewhere with this. This is not a trick question. It's gonna sound crazy, but just answer. You know, just say what it is. When you squeeze a tube of toothpaste, what comes out?
Toothpaste.
There it is. What I would submit to you,
I'm scared.
What I would submit to you is when pressure is applied, no matter how you've been acting, who you really are is going to come out.
That is true.
And the way Drake is acting,
he's Aubrey.
We know how Aubrey is.
Yeah, is what they say. If it's not in you, it can't come up out of you.
Yeah.
That's right.
What's coming out of him
You
is
scared?
in him because of pressure being applied.
Yep. Because I don't know if y'all saw that. It's a video that posted of him a long time ago. He was on like somebody's show, and they were like, they said, "Oh, we're gonna give you this freestyle beat. We're gonna let you beat. We're gonna let you rap on it." And it's like, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. He was like, okay,
yeah.
yeah.
And then
all right. Wait. Damn, you switched it up on me.
right.
Can we do it again? Yeah, nah, yeah. It was
And then he
whack.
said something like, "Yeah, I couldn't give it all to him," and they were like, "But you didn't give us
You didn't give us
nothing.
none, yeah.
What
You
happened?"
ain't even put the tip.
Well, but you know, I will say this, Arlene Chico, and I said it on a previous one of your segments. In as much as I do not like this or care for it, I have to admit, I would rather us as a people settle beefs in the courtroom than with pistols in the club and shooting up cars at intersections in Vegas and LA. So if this is what it has become, I am more willing to be a juror than I am a pallbearer.
I totally agree with that, but I just don't understand what it was a fair fight. And if he's talking about it was defamation. Well, you, Aubrey Drake, you defamed Kendrick Lamar and his wife by saying he was in there beating his wife and doing all these things. You did the exact same thing he did. So why is your lawsuit okay, but he could have one as well for defamation if we call him a spade a spade?
You lost,
So,
man. You lost. Take your loss and
go write another rap.
Yeah, I promise you, it's just an L.
Go,
it's an L.
You didn't have the song of the year.
I tried to tell Unk that one time after the draft. I said, Unk, don't. You ain't got to take this to no daggone courtroom, Unk. Right. Why you take it to the courtroom, Unk?
Yeah. You know, Arla, you got an iPhone?
I do.
You know that little man with the mask.
I don't know why you even saying something like
that. I think it's a ninja.
Yes.
I send that emoji to Chico a lot. I be like, this ninja. This. I tell you what.
You got to get him a custom one with a little afro.
Damn. Okay. Okay.
He need a little custom ninja with an afro. Yeah, but
custom ninja with an afro.
Custom ninja with an afro. But the only reason I brought up Drake's whole thing was because we talked about this some time ago, and of course it was just a regular New York file lawsuit. But he went back, he let that one go, and he filed another one in federal court just the other day. So this is a whole new. He took Kendrick out of it. Well, he didn't take him out of it. He put the whole. He did have him in it for the defamation, but he's suing UMG. He's going federal, which will be a lot. More difficult, so it's just.
I'm not laughing at you, Arlie Michelle.
I know I ain't funny.
I'm laughing at Jermaine King.
What he say?
Imagine if NWA would have sued Ice Cube at the No Vaseline.
Or hit him up.
Y'all set it off.
What about
used to be hard? Now you're just wet and soft.
Like Tupac. After the butter F your wife. Yo, he came out the gate.
Imagine P. Diddy would have sued Pac, or Biggie would have sued Pac over that. You know. That's crazy. Yeah. But we probably would still have them here today, though. Like, you know, to Unk's point, they probably would still be here today.
Throw Andre Walker on the screen.
My conspiracy is that we wouldn't have, because that was something else. That was FBI, but don't quote me.
Andre Walker says, but that's completely not where this rap beef was at all. In fact, it was really over already. Dude just doesn't know how to take an L.
And it's like he bringing it back up again.
He bringing it back up, but I think he's scared for. We said this before. I think he's scared for that Super Bowl performance. Man. Yep. Somehow he's trying to stop that. That's what I think. He's trying to stop that Super Bowl performance.
Pictures on stage. You have a Drake hologram up there.
He gonna do it, yeah.
and to your point, Chico, they did write that in there in one of the articles that I read about it. They did talk about, will he be able to say that if it goes forward fast enough, will he be able to, Kendrick Lamar be able to say those particular lines? Like he might have to take some part out of it. He could probably still perform the song, but he can't perform certain parts. But everybody know what the lyrics are anyway. Like it's just leave it be. Nobody's coming for you. He got some other songs that people like.
I want y'all to really be paying attention to the smart words of this intelligent black woman on here. But the chat, come on, chat. Kellen Jones said, Diddy mad that No Vaseline wasn't about him? The chat has no feel,
The
man.
chat.
Come on, B.
I love
Come
it,
on,
Mr.
B.
Jones.
No.
Yes, love
Then,
it.
then he called Cube and said, "Come on,
Killing
B.
you, boy. Killing you, boy. So far, you
What
won.
he
Sorry
call
about
him?
How you
Playboy.
how you make
Everything Playboy. Come on, Playboy.
Playboy?
You know this about
How
me,
you make that
Playboy?
song, Playboy? You didn't include
Playboy,
me,
hook that
Playboy.
up.
Man.
You know I'm the king of Vaseline.
You know, well,
I'm the
baby
I'm
oil.
I'm,
You should have just changed
I'm the
from
prince
Vaseline to
of
baby
baby
oil.
oil,
As it said in New Orleans, baby Earl.
Shout
baby
out
Earl.
to Duke the Scoop in the chat.
Dukes
Duke.
the scoop in the chat. Oh, now
Duke the Scoop out of ATL too. All is your homeboy.
Oh, what's up, homeboy? Y'all, let me get your thoughts. Up next, I don't know if we're gonna talk about it because it might turn political, but maybe not. Snoop. When I say these words, what comes to you?
doggy dog.
Okay. Okay, this finna get
Nelly.
Okay.
This finna get
I'm gonna say
interesting.
these three people. I'm gonna say these three people's names: Snoop, Nelly, Rick Ross.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That's all.
Go ahead, break it down to
You're
us, and
supposed to be. It's
we're
supposed
gonna
to be
give you
like
our thoughts.
no. It's supposed to be like a. What is people who about to get canceled?
Oh, okay.
So
You want to go, Neely?
But here's what I'm gonna say. I think everybody knows where you're headed with this. So, right, these artists that you just named and a couple more performed at an inauguration party for Trump.
inauguration parties.
Here's the one that made me go, First, let me say
Soulja
this.
Boy.
I really didn't give a damn, like one way or the other. But then when they put out a clip of Snoop from 2017 saying the stuff that he said, and it was strong commentary. It was strong commentary. And then he comes back 7 years later and he performs, and it's like, oh man. Like,
What?
So did you mean it in 2017 or didn't? Like, shout out to Snoop. So here's I want to know, Arlie, it's Chico to chat. Because it's something we got to find out in the next couple of days. Are there people out there who are council proof, or is everybody council proof?
We're going
Well,
and
I would say this. Here's the difference though, right? In 2017, Snoop was talking about, from my understanding, he was talking about the actual inauguration where Trump was there, sitting there, and watching them perform. From what I understand, this was an event that wasn't held by Trump. There said no MAGA hats in there or paraphernalia
Chico,
or logo in there, but
Chico,
this was a crypto type performance.
Here's the challenge, Chico. You are
What's the challenge?
exactly right.
Public perception.
2017, he was talking about inauguration events, and the event that he and others performed at was an event sponsored by crypto folks. But we all know it was the event in DC leading up to the pre-inauguration stuff.
it is considered a pre-inauguration party.
Absolutely. And
Cause I said inauguration, cause not pre-inauguration, cause
look at the letter of the law. You are right, Chico, but public perception is that he performed an event. Now, like I said before, y'all can get mad at me, get happy for me. I got too much other shit to worry about than what Snoop performing at or Rick Ross, the former prison guard, is performing at. I really don't care.
Both
when I seen the comments, I was like, oh man, he had that stance before, and then this stance this time. That's gonna be interesting. So again, I ask, are people cancel proof? Like, can Snoop be canceled, Arlie?
Let me say this: as a female, I'm gonna feel some type of way if we don't count. Like when Chrisette Michelle did it, same kind of thing. It was a pre-inauguration ball or not some in with the inauguration thing, and we didn't fool with her no more. That girl couldn't buy a lounge space in your living room to perform. She's trying to come back now because she is a very talented singer. She wasn't as big as a Snoop or Rick Ross, but I've seen her perform live. She's amazing. She has a beautiful voice. We roasted her, Kanye, all of them. We roasted them for even going to talk to him. You mean to tell me we about to let Snoop, who is a ninja for real, like you from the hood, that's saying make America gangster again or something, whatever they trying to say he's saying, Nelly and Rick Ross, and we're gonna be like, oh, okay, well, they didn't mean it, or it was no. I want that same energy they gave Chrisette Michelle, Kanye, all of them when it went by. I need that same energy because if not, it's an insult to the culture and it's an insult to women.
So
I love black women.
As a son of a woman and a father of two girls, I love what you just said. And here's something that the chat is saying. The chat is saying the people we talk about ain't been putting out nothing worth a damn, so it ain't hard to cancel them because they ain't got nothing going no way.
But y'all know Snoop has been considered like the ambassador for. He just been everywhere. He's in a T-Mobile commercial. He was at the Olympics doing commentary. He was everywhere.
Wait. But you're saying what the chat is saying. canceling that hurts T-Mobile in the Olympics. They talking about Snoop ain't putting no album out. Rick Ross ain't putting nothing out. Soulja Boy ain't putting that. So if you cancel them, hell, how can you tell?
I was the first one to perform at Donald Trump.
But I'm with you.
But listen,
12
I
inches
think this,
is
man.
for everybody. But then, Arlie, you have to allow people growth. Maybe people have grown and don't see it as a council thing anymore. I don't know.
Call me Petty LaBelle. I need that same energy, because it's gonna come across as y'all don't do to women what you do to men what you do to women. And that
Snoop would have.
Nelly said that Kamala didn't pay him, so that's why he didn't do that one.
Well, why? Her name is Kamala, and I don't know.
He said that was a direct quote.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to help y'all get together, because as a woman, I'm up in here fired up.
And correct his enunciation.
I will. I ain't fooling with him, so it don't matter. He need to go over there and worry about that little baby he just had somewhere. That's probably why he jiggling and gyrating for the man, because he need to pay for this new baby. Anyway,
come here, girl. What your name is? Where you from? Come on.
It's gonna be me.
Keep singing. Don't stop.
It's gonna be me.
Yeah, all right. He had that how to hear what you gonna do.
I'm gonna be like, it's cold.
Girl.
Oh, I am a person who will cut off my nose to spite my face.
Let me say this though. Let me say this, y'all. This is important comment, Chico. This is important comment. Salty Vet, you are exactly right. But that was worth it. Salty Vet said Naylor hasn't done nothing since Tip Drill. And I'm telling you, if you're gonna do something end, what a damn way to end it. He don't need to do nothing else after he did it. If you ever watch BET After Dark and they played the BET Uncut, oh my gosh. Oh my God. That was
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we definitely digress.
Was that the one where you was sliding his credit card down people's black cards?
Oh, you know the one.
You know the one. It's act like you ain't seen something playing.
I'm innocent. Don't y'all see my pearls?
Go back one, Chico. Somebody said they being clowned. D. James says they're being clowned and laughed at by the same folks that perform.
Let me say this: if Snoop wouldn't have, if that comment would never been out from Snoop from 2017, would people have a problem with it? And secondly, you're saying could Snoop be canceled? Snoop has transitioned into, and that's why I say without that comment, I think Snoop kind of transitioned into the kiss the babies of everybody, whether it's MAGA or whoever. Kiss the babies, be Snoop Dogg, be an ambassador for this. If I'm at the Olympics, then it's no political type way that I'm going swaying. I'm at the Olympics. I'm neutral. Right. You know? So maybe he's trying to go that way now, but with that comment, it makes it seem like, hold up, dog, what you doing? And then, so what do people think about that? The way if Snoop is trying to change his whole image, you know what I'm saying?
So that's where I was leading with or going with Chico, and I talked about being cancel proof. I think because of Snoop Dogg's international mass appeal and having outgrown certain markets, no matter how it makes you feel, that there's certain aspects of what he does that you can personally cancel it, but he's gonna be on even more commercials now, more than likely. I don't know if what Chrisette Michele endured, which to me was not fair, was not right, even when it happened. Even what she endured, I don't think Snoop is capable of enduring, because Snoop is up there with The Rock now. Like it is. Yeah. It's beyond.
He ain't worried about us, and if we cancel him, he ain't worried about it. Well, it's gonna be like that Jay-Z song when he was Still Ninja. It's gonna be like that.
Breezy World 199.
Breezy World.
He'll learn.
It said what how you said that? Kamala dad is Indian. And then We Live said they not canceling Snoop for doing Snoop. He got a whole bowl game. Snoop does have a bowl game, had a bowl game this year. The Snoop Doggy Dogg Bowl.
The Snoop Dogg Bowl in Arizona, sponsored by Gin and Juice. I haven't gotten any of that Gin and Juice yet, but I want to get some. I think that was one of the perfect transitions for him. Just like Dr. Dre and Beats headphones, I think that Dre and Snoop, Gin and Juice already mixed together is a great product for them, and I think that's going to be a home run.
Won't be thirsty.
And I'm not even a big drinker, but I would try that.
Who is an Indian? Kamala. What does Kamala's mama being an Indian have to do with it? I must have missed some. She sound crazy.
She sound crazy.
Kamala's daddy is an Indian. Kamala's daddy is Jamaican. Her mama is Indian.
Yeah, it's people already corrected that, and they're correcting it with veracity.
And no matter what he is, if I always say this, and that's why I tell somebody out here,
it don't have nothing to do with nothing.
What you're talking about.
I would like to
But
address
if you
it, but I
get pulled
cannot.
over by the wrong person in the backwoods of Alabama, and I'm sure some places of Mississippi and Georgia, shoot, you're gonna be either this or
Period.
You
that.
gotta be in the backwoods. You could be in Atlanta and Jackson and
You
Birmingham.
could be right there on Peachtree in the
Damn.
ATL.
And it could be
Believe
a
that.
black cop. What you talking about?
I got pulled over
Exactly.
by one by Georgia Tech. Believe that.
That's crazy.
You shouldn't have had your
But
ass over
yeah,
by Georgia Tech. That's what they say.
That's probably what they said too.
they're not canceling Snoop for doing Snoop. We got a whole bowl game. Hypocrites standing for nothing these days.
That's right. A little piece of
Bump
change
that.
to get you.
The
He's
girls
tapping
club
for
Inc.
massa, but he enjoying the check. I guess that's all that matters. All right.
Okay. You can't take your character to heaven, but all
He's
right.
black from
You can't take your
Jamaica.
money to heaven, not your character.
I love
Are you allowed to change your mind in America?
You are, Troy. You
point.
are. You are very much so. Suffer the
If you was
consequences
wrong
for
in
the
8 years.
change.
Shout out to Chrisette Michelle. Let's get on the show and hug her.
Yes.
down the
She's
road.
trying to come back.
Canceling.
I know.
Big dog,
We live. I know they all. That's why I said it like that. I won't be drinking gin and juice. Not if I don't make it myself.
Well, I'm not canceling the dog. You
And
feel
hey,
me? I ain't
everybody
canceling
each
the
his
dog.
own. To each his own, honey.
Now Nelly, no, just playing.
See,
Nelly was just on Willie D explaining his
Sound a
situation
mess.
and why he did it.
Yeah, that's
Sound
when I
mess.
seen the comment about vice president. Now, I ain't want to risk saying her name wrong. Get
I was
beat up.
coming.
Yeah, so y'all stay over there.
So you telling me Kamala is your anonymous? Come on now, dog.
Oh
Come
no,
on now, dog.
I can say it. I just don't want to get fault. when you can pronounce anonymous,
Oh,
nobody.
come on now. Come
just
on now.
laugh.
That man quick now. He quick on his feet now, dog.
We just laugh at you.
Who laughing at me?
I'm
No,
talking
he talking about
Chico.
me. He talking
When
about me.
Chico couldn't say anonymous, we just laughed at him. If I don't say her name right, I actually get hit. Like that's two different things. I'm not trying to fight.
He said, go
I
ahead,
know.
try to
I
read
got
D.
them paws, man. Like, they call it a little scrappy. Emphasis on little.
All right,
Squirrely.
Arlie.
Hey,
Arlie, you got any uplifting type entertainment news for us tonight before we get up out of here?
all I want to say is that
Uplifting.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to
A little bit lighter on a lighter note.
Unfortunately, with all the fires and all this stuff, I don't have anything right now. But when I see y'all next Sunday, I'm gonna have all happy, joy. I think. Oh, I didn't get to see the interview, but I understand that Wendy Williams was on the Breakfast Club the other morning, Thursday morning. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet, and I haven't checked it out. But I'm sure that's because they said she sounded great, that she was in better my headspace, because they had her pretty much killed off and she was in hospice, so that's uplifting that she sounds good. Charlamagne the God mentioned that she, when he talked to her on the phone before she actually came on the show, that she sounded like she could come back to radio any moment now. So take a moment, that would be good, because even though I had issue with Wendy Williams because she was mean as a snake, but you don't never want to see nobody struggling like that, or people taking their money from them, or none of that. So it would be nice for her to be able to come back and tell her story, and then it opens up conversations about conservatorship and executorships, like those different things, so that people know how to better manage their lives when they have moments that are medically challenging.
I love how you flipped, to your legal world. People forget out there that she's also an attorney, not just an actress and an entertainment reporter, but she's also an attorney. And let me tell you this:
beauty and brains.
50% of UNK and CHICO, you don't have to ever worry about it being uplifted. It just needs to be whatever's happening. We can't control what's going on in the world. Like
I want to lift the people.
Pick only good news. Like hell, if it's happening, it's happening.
Well, I thought TikTok was good news, and maybe I should have told a story.
I thought you did a great job.
Yeah,
I'm
don't
trying to
take
get
it
what's
as
happening in the world.
No, let's go back to what Uncle always says. Just because I say this doesn't mean I'm, downplaying that. You know what I'm saying?
But people hear what they want to hear, Chico.
Oh, yes, I didn't hear anything. I'm gonna give you what it is. Give me what you got for a pork chop. I'm on my Jimmy. That's New Orleans for those who don't know.
Killing James says, I hope I'm saying his name right. I don't want to get beat up like Kamala.
Come next week.
Kamala like Kamala.
About how conservatorship program works after listening to that interview. Like, I mean, come on, dog. Like,
I can do that. I can give you that information. I have it, but I need to go pull my notes, because I want to make sure that they are very different. Executorships and conservatorships, they are different.
He said next week. No,
right. I ain't gonna give it to you now. It's
and
late.
The Girls Club Inc. says, hearing Wendy's story definitely made me think about getting living will in order. My living will in order. See that?
Yep. So we're gonna come with some information next week.
You know, you're gonna be an attorney next week, but not all the way. Just
not all the way, just kind of sorta, but a little bit.
You need entertainment news.
Yeah, we gotta entertain. I'm gonna entertain while I inform. Infotainment.
Sean Camp says, my man Sean Camp, what up, Sean? Sean Camp says, Artie, let's get the Stews to Boulder for Tech versus CU since Ryan's a Tech alum. That's the first
would be
season.
That would be awesome.
Tech plays Colorado Labor Day weekend, I think it is.
Sean, do you watch the 2 Live? That means you see me on the 2 Live Stews because he knew I had that connection. I'm gonna talk to Neely about that. That would be a great. Oh, it will be so fun. Come to Boulder, but it's gonna be cold right then, right? That's when it's cold.
September, no.
In Boulder, where it's colder, it's gonna be colder, as in better.
Boulder where it's colder. Oh, okay.
Boulder where it's colder. That's just exactly. That's what I'm talking about. You got it.
Sean, we're gonna work on that. I'll talk to Neely and see what he can do.
All right.
Neely be doing things. Do things, good things with it.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
That's right. Well, it's such a pleasure to see all of you all out there in UNK and CHICO world. And
y'all give it up out there for Miss Arlie.
Sunday.
Yes, indeed. Give it up for Miss Arlie Michelle.
Alcorn State Braves in the house. She rocking her shirt. You know she didn't go there. Y'all make sure y'all keep up with Arlie Michelle on her platforms. Welcome to Arlie Wood, Arlie Michelle, all of that. She's with the 2 Live Stews. What's the other one? What's the guy named? Naughty.
I do a show called The No Show.
No Show.
But we argue a lot because I be knowing stuff and he think he know more than me. That ain't possible.
Check it out. When you go to her platform, just hit like and subscribe, and you'll be able to watch all of that content throughout the week as well. And then you can check out on Sunday nights here. That's right, Anthony. And she sings, and he put like the emoji eyes, heart eyes.
Oh, thank you, Anthony. I do. Ooh.
God. Thank you so much, Ms. Arlie.
See y'all later. Have a good week, y'all.
All right. Happy MLK Day. Go serve somebody.
Yes. Get your service in. UNK. Let me see. Man, we've been on for over an hour and a half already. Goodness gracious. Snoop Dogg on every show and video on Death Row now. Well, let me see. What we going to end with, UNK? What we want to end with?
I don't know, man. Dukes and Snoop, you still in here, man. Let us know if you're going live. So we let everybody know to go hop on your channel if you are.
Dukes, Beezy World, we appreciate you, Beezy World. Appreciate you, Reverend BJ Nelson, once again checking in from San Francisco. Also, Lourdes Vinces. Am I pronouncing that right, UNK?
That's good. That's good. I would have done.
1999.
You should have said anonymous on that one.
Oh, that's what I was going to ask about this last thing. LeBron James. His good friend, Maverick Carter, is a part of an investment group looking to raise $5 billion basically to create a league that's going to kind of rival the NBA, but it's going to be an international basketball league with, I think, 6 men's teams and 6 women's teams. And they're going to be battling out across the world, you know, represented with different countries and cities and stuff like that. What do you think about a league, a different basketball league coming into play, and then one that could possibly be backed by LeBron James, and what I could see him in 4 or 5 years being a 45, 50-year-old man playing in this league to promote it?
Yeah, man, stop trying to work that man like a Hebrew slave. Let him sit down when he's ready to sit down.
Man, that man built like a Greek god. He gonna continue to play till he about 60, probably.
Pause. Damn, dude. But as it relates to a rival league or a competitive league, you know, you got Ice Cube that started the Big Three. So I think there's room in the calendar year for it. And it just takes that financial backing. One thing I do believe, because of technology such as what we're doing right now, and financing, the world is becoming less and less borderless. So you can be in business in China, in Delaware, in New Delhi. Like, it doesn't matter where you are to do business. So you got the right kind of backing and using the internet, and, you know, and linear TV. if eyeballs are going to watch it, advertisers are going to be there, and that's where you generate your revenue from. And so if that's something they want to accomplish, man, I wish them the best. I think it could happen. Y'all forget now. Once upon a time, may he rest in peace, Kobe Bryant was going to leave the Lakers and was going to go play in China and have like that first $1 billion contract. It never happened, but the world is changing, man. That's why you see the NFL playing games overseas so much now, because there's going to be some international NFL teams eventually.
Yeah, I think that would be something that's inevitable, dog. Because, like I said, I lived overseas in Austria. I saw how big the world is, but also how small it is at the same time, and how the American sports are growing over there. You have ambassadors over there that's really growing the sports.
You and I were both alive for the first Dream Team, and that Dream Team, when they were in the Olympics, they may have faced 5 people who also played in the NBA. Now, when the Dream Teams play in the Olympics or the Pan Am Games, they're facing like 50 people who also play in the NBA. Basketball has literally become a world sport where it's competitive at a high level. So it can certainly work.
Yes, indeed. All right. I guess we can end it on that pretty much. We got through here without.
We'll be back Thursday.
We'll be back Thursday night. If you're listening in, wherever you're listening in from, all over the globe, we appreciate you listening in. If it's late night and you're laying on the pillow, you got your phone propped up, listening to us, thank you. We appreciate you.
I think, with Big Dog producing it tomorrow, we're still on tap before the national championship game kicks off with You Tell Me with Deuce the Scoop and yours truly, Uncle Neely. So we got that show coming tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, don't forget, we got that exclusive interview with Miss Ty, Big Ty, as I call her, Mama T, as the players call her. We also have interviews with the offensive line and strength and conditioning coach dropping this week, and that'll get us to Thursday with UNK and CHICO are back live. So it's something every day I write the book.
Every day of the week. All right. We appreciate you guys checking in out there, wherever you checked in from. Thank you very much. Y'all know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, comment. Don't forget that notification bell right now. Go to goonsvilleclothing.com and get you some. If you haven't already, you probably got about 30 more seconds to get on the website to get you a hat right now for $5
and on the way out, drop a MLK, capital M, capital L, capital K. Let's remember Dr. Martin Luther King tomorrow. Tomorrow is a day of service, a national holiday. Even if you got to work, take a moment and think about the sacrifices that were made, because freedom ain't free. Remember MLK. Drop an MLK in the chat on the way out.
Great job right there, Neely. We appreciate that. FaceByJazz.com to get you your Uncle Neely's beard oil right now. Get you some. Get yourself looking right and smelling right. You might get a couple kisses on the cheek. You feel me? MLK in the chat right now. MLK in the chat right now. I think we can leave it at that, Unc.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to MLK. Real quick. My grandmother not grew up, but she lived right behind the church where MLK and all the SNCC members used to come and meet in Brown Chapel Church. And here's a fun fact. Me being a little bad ASS kid, Ocho, though that church had these beautiful stained glass windows, right? Me as a kid, I didn't know the importance of this, But one of my big cousins, that's where we used to play football at. But one of my big cousins said, for some reason, he said this. We laugh about this to this day. He said, "I bet you won't throw a brick through the window."
He was a little badass.
Badass kid. Man, I threw that thing through the window. It was like my grandmother heard it as soon as it hit the window, because she came outside and said, "Boy," and whooped us until she got tired.
You got that ass towed up that day, boy.
Got that ass towed up.
This nigga that broke the first window. I don't know what's worse, that story, or when I asked everybody to leave out here with MLK, and everybody been doing this. Shout out to MLK. I don't know what's worse. You a salty vet, because salty vet came in and said, "Now go watch Tip Drill." Like come on.
Man, y'all wow, man. We appreciate you guys. We'll be back Thursday night.
God bless.
We're gonna leave it on that now. We're gonna leave it. I'm sorry. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. We're gonna leave it on that right there though.
Yeah, I just said God bless the chat. God bless MLK, man. Day of service tomorrow. Y'all go do the right thing. Get some service on. Remember MLK.
That's what it is. We appreciate you.
And then
guys.
go watch
you guys for coming out. God bless you. And good night. Peace in the Middle East.
Hold on.
They hear that sound, they know what time it is.
Wait. Hold up, sound man.
Donnie C said that was an Ernest T. Bass move. Do you remember Ernest T. Bass on Andy Griffin used to throw the bricks at everybody? Donnie C, you won. Donnie C. You won. We out of here.
Wait, Chico was a baby. What is that?
A badass kid, baby kid.
Oh, baby kid, little badass baby. Yeah, I guess I was.
Oh, boy.
I got my butt kicked that day, though.
Bricks. And again, finally, last word. Shout out to MLK Day of Service. Y'all get out of here, man.
Y'all right. You right about that. I'm going to start doing that ASAP. Chico, you need to make a donation every day of your life for that.
You ain't gonna
that
do
was
it
a priceless stained glass window, man. Priceless. I also got put in the headlock on the side of that church for the first time, also trying to wrestle somebody. Thought I was big, bad, and tough until I wrestled Mardrellis Stallworth, who was about 5'7", who looked 12, but he was really like 17. I didn't know it till I grabbed him. Yeah. Anyways, appreciate you guys. Y'all hit that notification bell.
I might get a bell to whoop your ass when I see you just on GP.
Oh, GP.
But we listen, but we don't judge.
GP.
We listen, we don't judge.
I told you I was bad, man. I was a little kid, little bad little motherfucker, boy. Anybody know little Chico from GWC Projects? Let me know. We out here, man. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. And good night. Peace in the Middle East. Yeah. Get your face out here.
They hear that sound, they know what time it is.
Turn my music up now, man. Let's go. What you waiting on?
Yes, sir. UNK Chico, Sunday Night Live.
Sound man, tripping
live and direct.
He's already retired. He said y'all supposed to be off. What the hell going on, Sound man? Play me something.
Oh man.
Yes, you.
Ninja.
Beat drop. They hear that sound, they know what time it is.
Damn.
Yes, sir. UNK Chico, Sunday Night Live. Live and direct.
It's another Sunday night.
Another what?
Sunday night.
Okay.
Another Sunday night live with UNK and Big Dog Chico.
All my people in the back, let's go.
It's another one. It's another one, baby.
Another one.
It's another one.
Another Sunday night live with UNK and Big Dog. With UNK and Big Dog.
That is so
with
true.
UNK and Big Dog.
I had to get my own switch out the backyard.
Another Sunday night live. UNK and Big Dog Chico.
I ain't even gonna let the beat drop. They hear that sound, they know what time it is.